Welcome to Epic English Stories, a place where every story is not just about learning a language, but about awakening the fire that sleeps within your heart. You were not born to simply exist, nor to blindly follow the paths others have laid out for you. You were born to rise, to conquer, and to write your own story. Today is not just another day. Today is the moment you choose to change your destiny. I'm not here merely to teach you vocabulary or grammar. I am here to awaken within you a power, a vast potential that perhaps even you have not yet recognized. Money, success, love, freedom, everything you desire is already waiting for you ahead, if only you dare to believe in yourself. Are you ready to break the chains that have held you back for so long? Are you ready to become the kind of person the world cannot ignore? If the answer is yes, then from this very moment, open your heart and listen closely, because the journey to transform your life begins now. Life, whether you realize it or not, is a game. It is not a straight path, not a carefully designed journey with clear instructions or guarantees. It is a wild, unpredictable game where the rules change, the players shift, and the challenges never end. And in this game, there is only one rule that truly matters. You must keep playing, no matter how many times you fall, no matter how unfair the world seems, no matter how broken you feel inside. There will be days when the weight of failure feels unbearable, days when you question your worth, days when hope seems so distant that giving up feels like the only option. But those are the very moments that define you. Not the moments when everything is easy, not the moments when success comes knocking effortlessly, but the moments when you are bruised, beaten, and yet you choose to rise once more. Everybody faces battles. Every person you admire today once stood exactly where you are now, filled with doubts, fears, and loneliness. They had no special privilege, no secret advantage. What set them apart was not luck, but the simple, relentless decision to keep moving forward when everything inside them screamed to stop. You must understand, your knowledge, your skills, your mindset, they are your weapons in this game. But like any weapon, they are useless unless you choose to wield them daily. Every single day is a new battle. Every morning you wake up, the game resets. You can either take the field with courage, or you can sit on the sidelines, watching life pass you by. And if you truly want to win this game, the first thing you must do is stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison is the enemy of progress. The more you look at others and envy what they have, the more you rob yourself of the energy you need to build your own victories. You are not racing against them. You are racing against your former self, against the doubts that held you back yesterday. The moment you stop measuring your worth by someone else's journey, you will begin to understand the real power you hold. Look into the mirror, not to find flaws, but to find your greatest rival and your greatest ally. Tell yourself every single day that you are your own competition and that your only mission is to be stronger, wiser, and more determined than you were yesterday. Because life, this chaotic, beautiful, brutal game, was never meant to be fair. It was meant to test your spirit, and it rewards those who refuse to bow down, who refuse to be ordinary, who refuse to quit. Today, you step into the arena once more. Today, you play not for applause, not for validation, but for the quiet, unshakable pride of knowing that you fought for yourself, even when no one else believed. The game of life is brutal. The game of life is beautiful, and it belongs to those who are brave enough to keep playing. If you truly want to win this game called life, you must become unstoppable. Not unstoppable because you never fall, but unstoppable because no fall can break you. Pain is not a sign that you are losing. It is a signal that you are growing, being forged into something stronger, something the world will not be able to ignore. Every successful person you admire has walked through storms heavier than you can imagine. They were doubted, laughed at, dismissed, and betrayed. Yet when the world told them to quit, they tightened their fists, set their jaws, and pressed forward. History is filled with names of people who turned rejection into legend. Steve Jobs, once seen as a college dropout with no future, crafted a company that changed the world. Elon Musk, ridiculed for his wild ambitions, now sends rockets beyond our skies. Cristiano Ronaldo, once a frail boy from a poor family, became one of the greatest athletes the world has ever seen. They were not born with magic. They built their empires through relentless perseverance, through days and nights of unseen battles against fear, failure, and self-doubt. You must understand that pain is temporary, but quitting makes it permanent. No storm lasts forever. Every night eventually gives way to the morning sun. The real question is not whether life will test you, because it will. The real question is whether you will endure long enough to witness the sunrise. Most people fall at the first sign of hardship. They encounter pain, and they retreat. They fail once, and they surrender their dreams. They listen to the laughter of others and lose the music of their own hearts. But those who win, those who carve their names into history, are the ones who use every insult as fuel, who turn every failure into fire, who refuse to let pain write the final chapter of their story. They are the ones who rise again and again, until the world has no choice but to recognize their greatness. You have two choices in life: to cry about your problems and watch them grow larger, or to work so fiercely that your problems shrink before your unstoppable will. Every day, you must choose who you want to become. If you dream of greatness, you must lead yourself before anyone will follow you. Leaders do not wait for permission. They do not wait for conditions to be perfect. They do not wait for encouragement. They create their own opportunities, even in the face of complete doubt. They step forward when everyone else stands still, because they know that hesitation is the death of dreams. Look back at the lives of all who achieved extraordinary things, and you will see one truth: they chose to be different. They dared to step away from the crowd, even when it meant walking alone. Maybe today you are struggling. Maybe today you feel invisible, unheard, unimportant. But none of that defines your destiny. Your current situation is not your final destination. Your lack of recognition today does not decide your value tomorrow. Everything can change if you refuse to give up. Let them laugh. Let them doubt. Let them say you are wasting your time. Because if you stay relentless, if you stay faithful to your vision, the same people who laughed at you today will be the ones clapping for you tomorrow, pretending they always believed. You owe it to yourself not to quit. You owe it to the dream burning inside you not to settle for less. The only approval you need is your own, and the only competition worth fighting is against the limits you placed on yourself yesterday. Become the kind of person whose silence shakes the ground, whose work speaks so loudly that no words are necessary. Become unstoppable, not because you are invincible, but because nothing, not even failure, can convince you to stop trying. If you have decided to become unstoppable, then you must also accept that success does not happen by accident. It follows rules, silent, unbreakable rules that govern every dream ever achieved and every destiny ever fulfilled. These rules are not taught in school, not whispered by the crowds, and certainly not shared by those who have already surrendered to mediocrity. They are lessons carved into the hearts of those who refused to live an ordinary life. And if you are willing, they can become your guiding stars too. The first rule is simple, yet brutally powerful: wake up before the world does. While others sleep, dream, and waste away precious hours, the future belongs to those who are already working when the sun rises. The quiet of the early morning is not just peace, it is a weapon. It is a space free from distractions, a sacred time where you can build the foundation of your empire while the rest of the world is still lost in dreams they are too afraid to chase. Master your mornings, and you will master your destiny. The second rule demands discipline, the kind of discipline that holds you upright when motivation fades. Everyone is motivated at the beginning. Motivation is easy, but true greatness belongs to those who show up on the hard days, the lonely days, the days when every cell in their body begs them to quit. Discipline means working when no one is watching, when no one is cheering, when there is no guarantee of success except the one you have etched into your own soul. The third rule is ruthless focus. In a world that glorifies multitasking and endless distraction, the truth is brutally clear. Shallow work creates shallow lives. You must choose one skill, one craft, one mission, and dive so deeply into it that mastery becomes inevitable. 4 to 5 hours a day of deep, undisturbed work will take you further than a lifetime of scattered efforts. While others are busy posting, scrolling, gossiping, you must be building, learning, sharpening your mind like a blade. The fourth rule is even more personal. Build your body, because your body is your first fortress. A weak body breeds a weak mind. You do not need to become an athlete, but you must move. You must strengthen the vessel that carries your dreams. Even 10 minutes a day of focused movement, push-ups, squats, running, lifting, will transform not only your strength, but your confidence. Power in the body breeds power in the spirit, and you will need both for the battles ahead. And the fifth rule, the one few dare to truly follow, is to move in silence. Tell no one what you are building until it is unshakable. Speak through your achievements, not your intentions. Dreams, when shared too early, invite the fears and doubts of others to take root in your mind. Protect your vision like a flame in the storm. Feed it privately, grow it quietly, and one day, when the world finally sees it, they will stand in awe. Not because you told them what you would do, but because you showed them what you have become. These rules are harsh. They are not easy, and they are not meant to be. They are the price of freedom, of greatness, of the life you dream of living. The world is full of those who started with dreams, just like yours, but abandoned them because following these rules was too hard. But you're not like them. You have already chosen to rise when others fall, to build when others break, to fight when others flee. Understand this. Success is not about being the best in the world. It is about being better than you were yesterday, every single day, without exception. It is about winning small, invisible battles every morning when the bed feels too warm, every afternoon when your mind wanders, every night when the doubts creep in. It is about standing guard at the gates of your own mind and refusing to let weakness take root. You are capable of greatness far beyond what you can see right now, but only if you are willing to follow the rules that greatness demands. The world will not hand you success. It will test you for it. And if you are ready to play by the rules, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that can stop you. Everything you have ever dreamed of, every life you have ever envied, every freedom you have ever desired, it all begins and it all ends in your mind. Your mind is the true battlefield. It is not the obstacles outside you that defeat you. It is the silent wars you lose within yourself that crush your potential before the world even has a chance to test you. If you cannot master your own thoughts, you will never master anything else. The truth is brutal, but it is liberating. Your mind can be your greatest weapon or your greatest enemy. Every fear you have ever felt, every excuse you have ever made, every delay you have ever justified, they were born not from the world outside, but from the quiet whispers inside your own head. Those whispers grow louder the longer you allow them to rule you, until one day you no longer recognize the voice that once dreamed of greatness. You must silence them. You must reclaim the throne of your mind. Success is not reserved for the strongest, the richest, or the luckiest. Success bows to those who refuse to surrender, who treat every failure as a lesson, every rejection as a redirection, and every doubt as an invitation to believe even harder. Success is a test of patience, a test of endurance, a test of who will keep walking when everyone else sits down and folds their hands. The world will not hand you victory. It will try to break you. It will try to exhaust you. It will demand proof of your commitment in blood, sweat, and sleepless nights. And the only proof it accepts is that you never quit. Most people will wait their entire lives for the right moment. They will wait for motivation to magically appear. They will wait for permission, for support, for signs. But waiting is the slowest form of death. Waiting is the perfect disguise for fear. Waiting robs you of today, then tomorrow, then every precious day that could have been used to build the life you claim to want. Every wasted day is a brick removed from the fortress you were meant to build. If you do not control your mind will control you, feeding you endless reasons to stay exactly where you are, safe, small, invisible. Understand this now. There's no perfect moment. There's only this one, flawed, uncomfortable, terrifying, and it is more than enough. Every second you hesitate is another second stolen by the enemy within. Move now, not because you are fearless, but because you refuse to let fear decide your fate. Work now, not because the path is clear, but because you are willing to walk through the storm blind, if necessary. Fight now, not because it is easy, but because it is right, and because every beat of your heart demands a life that is truly lived. Discipline your mind to think strength when weakness creeps in. Discipline your mind to think progress when failure mocks you. Discipline your mind to think purpose when distractions tempt you away. You must become the master of your focus, the guardian of your dreams, the relentless defender of your destiny. There will be days when your mind will scream that it is too hard, that you are too tired, that you have come too far only to fail. And on those days, you must answer with action, not with words, not with promises, but with decisive, ruthless action. Because action rewires the mind. Action teaches your mind that you are not its prisoner. You are its king. And when you take full control of your mind, you take full control of your life. No force on earth can hold back a soul that has decided to rise. No amount of failure, no army of doubters, no wave of fear can drown the spirit that has chosen to move forward without permission, without apology, without end. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your life. No more hesitation. No more excuses. No more waiting for signs that were already inside you from the very beginning. The only permission you ever needed was your own. The only approval you must seek is the one from the mirror. The only enemy left is the one you refuse to defeat within yourself. Take back your mind. Take back your future. Take back the life that was always meant to be yours. And when you do, nothing, absolutely nothing, will ever be able to stop you. If these words have stirred something within you, if a small fire has begun to burn where doubt once lived, then know that this is only the beginning. Every journey worth taking starts with a single decision to move, to believe, to rise. And now, I invite you to take the next step with me. If this message has found a place in your heart, share your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me, what dream are you fighting for? What goal are you refusing to give up on? Your words may become the light for someone else still lost in the dark. If you believe that every soul deserves to awaken its true strength, if you believe that your story is just beginning, then join our community by subscribing to Epic English Stories. Here, every story you hear, every lesson you learn, is another step toward the life you were born to live. And if you know someone, a friend, a brother, a sister, who needs to be reminded of the fire within them, share this video. You never know whose life you might change with a simple act of courage. Every like, every comment, every subscription is not just a number. It is a signal to the world that there are still those who refuse to be average, those who choose to fight, those who dare to believe in something greater. Thank you for walking this path with me today. Thank you for believing, even for a moment, that you were made for more. And remember, no matter where you are, no matter how hard the road becomes, you are never walking alone. The world is waiting for your story. Let's write it together.